Now, if you've ever wanted to learn to kayak but weren't sure how to get started, Barkhausen Waterfowl Preserve has some upcoming classes. Matt Kriese joins us live from Swamico with more. Great weather to get out and kayak, huh, Matt?
It's an awesome day outside. Yeah, we're back out here at Barkhausen, and what I'm going to demonstrate here in the next couple minutes is from entry into the boat to maybe a couple quick paddle maneuvers out on the water. Now today for demonstration we're out at one of our front ponds here at Barkhausen, but our courses actually take place out in the bay and the Swamico River and on larger bodies of water. So the weeds and mud, yeah, we have them all around, but maybe not quite to this extent. When you're getting in the boat, the proper way is to create your paddle, create an outrigger with your paddle. Lock it back behind your cockpit, and I'll grasp the cockpit and the paddle with my right hand, and it'll actually sit right on my paddle shaft. So everything is stable as can be, and then I can kick my feet in, stay nice and dry, the boat's about as stable, and I'll slide right inside, and that is a great way to stay dry when you're entering your kayak. I've seen a lot of people take a digger, especially when they're entering, so something as simple as that, a couple little quick maneuvers can help us out there. So what I'll do is just push off here. And everybody can paddle their kayak in a forward motion, but there is a couple things that make it a little bit simpler, and in our classes we go through all of those things, and I'll briefly talk about that forward stroke here today. What I typically recommend is put your paddle blade in the water, your catch up near your feet, and I kind of lean towards it, so I'm forcing my entire body core to work with it, and I'll propel myself through the water up to my hips, snap the paddle out, and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. That's going to keep our boat tracking very true, and it's going to lead to a much easier paddle. We won't be sore in the morning, because if we're just using our strength of our upper arms, that makes for a rough morning and a rough afternoon. So use your entire core body. I always say I like to see the zipper or the buckles on your PFD rotating back and forth when you're in the boat. So that's one thing, and that's the stroke that we use the most often, but people also often wonder, where are the brakes? Sometimes I just tell everybody to hit the foot pegs inside your kayak, but they don't work, and they tend to play bumper boats there like Bay Beach. But when you're moving forward with your boat, the easiest way to stop is to use the back face of your paddle. I'll just drop it in the water 3 or 4 times, and I should come to a complete stop that way, and I won't hit the shore or hit another boat in front of me. That's just a couple of the many maneuvers. There's also a lot of corrective strokes, and we also talk about rescues. If you're in a kayak and your kayak happens to capsize over to the side, you need to get back into that boat. And if you're by yourself, it can be difficult in deep water. And that's where some of the paddle floats and the bilge pumps come in handy to get back in the boat. We also talk about double rescues. If you're with 2 people, by pulling the other boat over the top of your boat and creating a T or an X, and helping everybody get in their boat. So a lot of maybe they sound simple maneuvers, but until you do them and until you actually have learned them, you don't know exactly what it entails. So through some of our courses we talk about those things, and more information is on our website at browncountyparks.org, but we also have a lot of other programs out here at Barkhausen, not only kayaking. Coming up later in August we have a wildflower walk where people will learn a little bit about a native prairies and prairie plants, and everybody will go home with their own little bag of seeds so they can start a prairie in their own backyard. As well as we have bird feeder building workshops, and we have our autumn night hikes coming up here in October. So check us out on Facebook or at browncountyparks.org for additional programming out here at Barkhausen.
All right, Matt, thanks for joining us. Have a good morning.
Thank you.